The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Once, when Jesus was praying alone, with only the disciples near him, he asked them, "Who do the crowds say that I am?" They answered, "John the Baptist, but others Elijah, and still others one of the ancient prophets has arisen." He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter answered, "The Messiah of God." He sternly ordered them and commanded them not to tell anyone, saying, "The Son of Man must undergo great suffering, be rejected by the elders, chief priests, and scribes, and be killed, and on the third day be raised." Then he said to them all, "If any want to become my followers, let them deny themselves and take up their cross daily and follow me. For those who want to save their life will lose it, and those who lose their life for my sake will save it." The Gospel of the Lord. Jesus asked the crowds who people say he is, and he gets all kinds of answers that appear kind of strange to us. And then he says, "Okay, who do you say that I am?" And Peter blurts out, "You are the Messiah, the Son of God." Some translations say the Christ, some say the Anointed. It's all the same word. It's that Messiah person that they've been looking for. Now, Jesus doesn't say, "Yes, you're right." He doesn't say, "No, you're wrong." He kind of evades things because the Messiah that most of them are expecting will be a revolutionary who asks them to take up the sword and drive out the Romans who are possessing their land, occupying their land for years now, and oppressing them. And along with the Romans, they'll drive out the leadership of the Hebrews who are in collaboration with the Romans, and they'll have their own country back. Jesus is saying, "No, I'm a revolutionary, but not a bloody revolutionary. I'm a revolutionary of love. Instead of taking up your swords, I want you to take up your cross daily and follow me." Now, when I was in grade school, and probably you heard the same thing from the good sisters, we were told that you have to take up your cross every day and follow Jesus, and you got lots of crosses, and the crosses, you fail a test, or you have a tummy ache, that's your cross to bear. And as you get older, you hear that you lost a job, that's your cross to bear. You have rheumatism, arthritis, whatever we're calling it today, that's your cross to bear. You lose someone died who you love dearly, that's your cross to bear. And this is true. And those crosses we can't avoid. They're going to happen. But I think Jesus means something more than that. I think Jesus is saying, if you really follow me, and if you're part of this revolution of love, then you're going to say and do things that people are going to oppose. They're going to have great problems with you, and they're going to treat you like they treated me, reject you, throw you out, injure you. Some of you will be killed. If you really follow me, you must take up that cross daily. Now, okay, case in point. About a week ago, a lot of people were massacred in Orlando. Some strange guy, mentally ill, had an assault rifle, and apparently spent almost 3 hours just mowing people down. Now, if you were a gun manufacturer, you would probably be thinking, somebody's going to be pushing for gun control now. And so there's an organization that's usually on your side called the National Gun Owners Organization, the NGOO. Let's just imagine this group is out there, okay? and you've given them lots of money, and you give them some more money, and they spread the word that these people who want gun control don't want just your assault weapons. They want to take every gun you have, even your hunting rifles, even your handguns that you may take for personal protection. They're going to take every gun you have. They're going to come in your house, and they're going to, with a big vacuum cleaner, and swoop them out. You will have nothing left. You will be totally defenseless. You must live in fear. The only people who will have guns are the bad guys, and they will come to your house, and they will rob and steal and brutalize you. And so they pass on this message of fear, and what happens? People go out and buy guns. Because they figure that pretty soon we're going to have all these controls, and things are going to be terrible. And we know that the legislature won't pass much in the way of controls because they get lots of money from the gun manufacturers. And those who are going to vote for gun control will have money spent to get them out of office. And so gun control probably won't go anywhere. And people will buy more guns. I was wondering yesterday, usually I get this sermon together at least fairly early on Friday night. Yesterday I was still playing with this Saturday morning, and I was saying, this is going to be a tricky message because a lot of people have strong feelings about guns. And obviously, people who hunt need guns. Some people need guns for self-protection, but assault rifles that were meant originally for the military, that are meant for mass killing. Come on now, somehow this doesn't make sense. So I was saying in my head, should I tackle this subject or not? And the response was, no, let that go. And then the question was, should I say something about it? And this time the answer was, yeah, you probably better. And so here it is. And so I jotted a few notes down yesterday morning, and then I sat down to have lunch, and I read the paper, second part. I got to the business section, and there in the middle of the page, it talks about fear-triggered gains. And it says that the gun manufacturers have made lots of money off of the massacre because people ran out and bought guns. Smith & Wesson was up 7% the next day, one day. Sherm, Ruger and Company was up 9% the next day. Gun slaughters make money for gun manufacturers. Somehow, I think Jesus would have a problem with that for assault weapons. Now, some people will have problems, but Jesus says this is maybe one of the crosses that we're expected to bear, to let people know, to let our legislators know that this is not right. Jesus asks us to bear many crosses. Let's take a moment to think about what crosses come in your life. What crosses does the Lord challenge you to take up and carry for Him?